Marketing and selling is essential in your online business. And when you have the right strategies and mindset, you not only can make a lot of money, but you can change a lot of lives. Welcome to the Online Marketing Podcast, where we help course creators, membership owners, and coaches market and sell their offers.
We're your hosts, Paul and Melissa Pruitt. Let's dive in and get started.
Welcome to the Mastermind series, where you get to experience Paul and Melissa and their mastermind brainstorming and sharing different ideas on marketing and sales.
All right, so let's move on to Dr. Corinne with content for membership. Have some tech. Do I need more?
All right. So, I'm in health, and I also did Stu's membership course. And so I was indecisive of doing a health program. And what I decided to do, because during COVID, this is the first time ever in my life that I've actually had as much time off. And so I asked myself, if I could do something, what would I really love to do? And I went back, I decided to learn to code. Sounds very stupid and very bizarre, but it's something that I really wanted to do as a child. Anyway, the tail end of it, I have an app now. And so I'm going to do, along with my partners, a social media scheduler to schedule to 10, 11 all at once, because my challenge, similar to what Anna was saying, how do you show up while you're seeing clients? It's very difficult. And so the question that I have is, I want to create a membership to help people like me show up more consistently online. But all I have at the moment is an app and we've created like a couple thousand images and just all that stuff. So allow you to be in one place and schedule for a month and kind of get it out of the way. So is that enough for a membership? Or do I need to put like a course in front? I would like it to be sustainable so that people stay, so they feel like they're evolving. And so it's not just, of course they're going to be doing something, but if you see what I'm saying, like how do I pull that, do I need to pull that all together? And so I'm going to put the nutrition and all the other stuff on hold. I'm just going to start with one. And then after the elections and everything, I look at the nutrition for the start of the year. But that's my question. Is it enough just to be training people and helping them show up? Or do I need a course in front of that?
Great question. You already got hands. So Tazeen.
So my question to you is, Corinne, is who is your audience? Are they physicians like yourself?
So it will be more lifestyle. So I'm a physician, but I actually own a yoga studio. I moved to Holland. I didn't speak the language. And so open a yoga studio to build my audience. So it's people with lifestyle businesses. So physician, people in the wellness space, lifestyle. So those would be, because people are actually giving service. So it's difficult to also show up online to still maintain and sustain an audience.
I have something similar. I actually cater to solo estheticians and wellness practitioners. And I've done this for almost 18 months. And I do like 2 coaching sessions a month, plus they get content that they can use on their social media. And I guide them with that as well. But I also do a little bit of business coaching. So I guess it depends how much you're willing to put in terms of time. And it also depends on the price point, I think, right? So obviously in your marketplace, you might be able to charge a little bit more if you are adding a coaching component or a live component. But if it's just content that you're delivering, then it's probably either going to have to be really juicy, not necessarily a ton, but I think it has to be really succinct to that audience, right? So you'll need to keep that in mind when you're creating the content as well. Okay. So I don't know if that's helpful or not, but just my thoughts on if you're catering to wellness overall, your images are going to have to fit a lot of different markets, because a yoga studio is very different from a chiropractor's office versus a nutritionist, right? So those elements.
Maybe I should explain. I've curated, we've pulled together maybe now a couple thousand images across all the things. What we actually have is an app which allows you to put your own image in, and with one press of a button, it sends it to you, so you can repurpose. So it sends it to all your social media at once. So for example, I have almost 10,000 on LinkedIn, but I've never sold anything on LinkedIn. That's just because I've been repurposing the same thing that I would put on Facebook, that I just send to, so you could send to TikTok or so that it's an app. If you see that, it's online, but so I won't be providing them the content there. So the question that I have is, do I need to provide them with a branding workshop, or do you know what I mean? I'm not providing them with images so it's just curated images that they have, that some of them is already available, that you haven't got to get on 15 different websites. I want to see those are my challenges. That I was just always, it just sucks away time. So I was just trying to put it in one place.
Let me hop over to Suzanne because she has her hands up here.
Suzanne.
Hey, Corinne. So apps like that have been around for a while, is my understanding. Mm-hmm. I'm not savvy enough to use them, but I do understand they've been around for a while. And so the one thing about a course is that if people are new coming into the social media marketing space, they're going to need some guidance. And so even just like a 2 or 3 session course, it doesn't need to be some long signature course. It can be what's called a mini course. And that mini course could include like a month of free access to your app, for instance. But now maybe the person comes along who's real savvy about it, and they don't really care about the course, and they can just get into the app. I don't know, not looking at the app, but as Paul would say, oftentimes memberships sort of are nice kissing cousins to courses, and they usually come after some sort of introductory course. But it doesn't have to be, it could be total of an hour in 2 parts, 30 minutes. I mean, doesn't have to be huge.
Okay.
But it could, people who want to do it but are afraid, and it gives them a runway to get into it.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say, first of all, I'm really impressed because this app sounds really awesome. And I'll piggyback on that too. I think a lot of times we feel like we have to, again, that the theme, like giving more and more and more. And I don't think you need much more, but kind of what Suzanne was saying is like, how can you get them to use it and implement it, and having something in place? Just as an example, like I use the Full Focus Planner from Michael Hyatt. It's that planner, but he has a ton of videos on how you can use his planner. And it just ingrains in me that, to reiterate, why I made that investment in the planner and why I keep investing in it. And they're not long. It's just like, here's how you can use it. Here's another way you can use it. Here's another feature. And it walks you through. So I definitely think like having that walkthrough of how to use the app and getting them acclimated, and maybe even just a couple of ideas of like things that they can do. And I mean, there's so many possibilities, because if you're not providing the content, I mean, there's a lot of affiliate relationships there I can see. If you want to connect with other influencers, be like, okay, you have the app now and you can do the thing, but you need to talk to so-and-so over here who can help you with some content or some pictures or whatever they need. So, yeah.
Thank you. So the kind of logistics of tutorial around using the apps that we have, but I was thinking if I needed something like how do you go about branding, or is just the tutorials enough?
Right. Yeah.
So what I would do, I would start with one, and then I would build around each of these. Think of your app as like the center of a spider web, or like the center of an octopus. Okay. And what I would do is I would create tentacles that would pull people into the center. Okay. And those are going to be your lead magnets. Those are going to be your micro funnels. But start with one. What you want to do is you want to put, just like we do with lead magnets, but what you could do is put a mini course. It could be free. It could cost money. But the whole idea is that the course does give real value, because that'll position you. Mm-hmm. That'll show that you're an authority, position you as the expert. And at the same time, the real purpose of that training video series is they're going to believe that they can't do it without having the app.
Yeah. Okay.
That they can't get the desired result without actually having the app. The person in the internet marketing space that's done this the best out of everybody is Russell Brunson.
Yeah.
He convinced everybody that they cannot create a funnel, which is a pipeline, which is something that we've all done for 40 years or more.
Yeah.
But he convinced an entire group of people that you can't get this thing without his software.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have entered into the internet marketing world through his funnels, and how did he make you believe that? He gave you a free book that then convinced you the only way you can make money online is to do something called funnels. And the only way you can do a proper funnel is through a thing called ClickFunnels. Right. So he used the free thing to convince. Now I watched that. This is not new. This concept's not new. I watched this many years ago when I owned my 8 real estate offices. In my marketplace, I watched other real estate companies go under because Keller Williams came into our marketplace.
Right.
And surprised and shocked, and all the RE/MAX offices, everybody, it's just like it was a tremble. This was years ago. And the main driver of Keller Williams was Keller created a book called The Millionaire Agent. And The Millionaire Agent was a playbook that showed you the only way you can make $1 million as an agent. Now that's very attractive as an agent, right? You want to make $1 million. But when you read the book, the only way that you would have been able to possibly ever make $1 million is to work with a company that coincidentally is built exactly as Keller Williams. There's no other possible way.
Yeah.
You
And he
remember
did
the
one
book?
thing, right? Is that the one?
Yes, he later came and published the one thing.
Yeah.
But he built the desire and built an entire, he took, like, nobody, like Keller Williams, really, that's like a name that you would even have as a real estate company. Like it's just something, he took that from obscurity into the #1 real estate brand in the world. Okay. And it all was based on giving everybody a free book up at the front. But the book indoctrinated people to believe, look, Jason's got the book. Look at that. So what you do is you create either low-level pricing or free training that's highly desirable that will fix a bleeding pain point that small business owners would have. And then you show them how easy it is to get to what you taught in the training by utilizing and leveraging the app.
Okay. My app is only $49, so I have to give it to them free because it's all cheap. Thank you.
If you would like to work with us and our team to help you snap up more sales and incredible clients with a stellar marketing strategy that works, go to adaptivemembership.com and sign up for our wait list. We have a limited number of spots in our exclusive program to set you up for success and take action. We're waiting for you at adaptivemembership.com.